right. Am I right? I'm right. I'm right, y'all. Y'all ready? Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome y'all to the show. Look, okay, we getting ready to get started. I'm gonna lace you guys up real quick, right? Now, it was Texas, July 2nd, 2025, was working on a system called seed clouding, right? And supposedly they wrapped it up on July 2nd, 2 days before the flooding began in Kerrville, Texas. And around 1 a.m., around 1:14 a.m. in the morning, 3 months of rain fell within 45 minutes, right? And some were saying, well, you don't think that the seed clouding or cloud seeding had anything to do with that event, right? They said no. Basically, what they were saying was no, not to that degree, right? Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get this set up for y'all real quick, right? Hold on. So we can break this down. First, let me explain to you guys what seed clouding is, right? And you all can look this up. Seed clouding or cloud seeding. You can look it up. Check this out. Cloud seeding is a weather modification technique that aims to increase precipitation by dispersing substance like silver iodide into the atmosphere to encourage ice crystal formation in clouds, right? This process is used to boost rainfall or snowfall, especially in areas experiencing drought or needing increased water resources, right? So what they're saying is they came up with a method, and the method they came up with started in 1946. 16 years later, they came up with a method to where if there were areas that had droughts, then they could manipulate clouds using silver iodide to cause it to rain, right? I mean, come on, man, really. So now they playing with Mother Nature, right? Now we're gonna get into why they playing with Mother Nature in a minute. You can't play with Mother Nature without unbalancing something, right? Without messing something up. Let's put it in layman terms, right? And we're gonna get into why, right? Why they're doing this, right? And in just a moment. See, because you have to know who you are, right? And you have to know why things are being done. I mean, some of the stuff that we argue about, and uh, some of the stuff that upsets us, it doesn't make sense, right? We shouldn't be arguing about it, right? So look, now we know that God is a man, right? And we know what is meant by when they say son of man, right? They know as well. Although they taught us to believe in uh, a mystery God in the essence of the Santa Claus and Easter bunnies and rabbits, and somebody is in the universe, some spirit or spook or something you can't see that's causing things to happen. That's really was for the slaves. It wasn't for the founders or the thinking man. That was just to make the slaves be afraid of a mystery God. That's why the KKK would put make themselves look like ghosts with the sheets and ride, and to create the image of fear at that time, right? It worked back then, right? And then they would back it up by making grown men now afraid of the unknown, i.e. spookism, right? Let's get into the lessons, right? Lost found Muslim lesson number 2, right? Okay. What does it say? Listen. What makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, right? Meaning, this knowledge was presented in the 30s. They had no idea of the capabilities of man or the mind of man, or that God was a physical being, walking, talking. You got him walking, talking all through the Bible, right? But he didn't want you to know that. He wanted you to believe that it was something mysterious you wouldn't understand. You don't want nothing while you on earth. You get your reward in heaven after you dead, right? That's what he wanted you to know. What makes rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes? The earth is approximately covered under water, approximately 3/4 of its surface. The sun and moon having attracting power on our planet. Look, on our planet. While our planet making the terrific speed of 1,037 1/3 miles on its way around the sun. The sun draws this water up into the earth's rotation, which is called gravitation, in a fine mist that the naked eye can hardly detect. But as this mist ascends higher and increasing with other mists of water in different currents of the atmosphere, until when she becomes heavier than gravitation, then she distills back to the earth in the form of drops of water or drops of ice, which depends on how heavy the mist was in the current of the air it was in. There are some layers or currents of air, real cold and warm, and some very swift and changeable. So when the water strikes one of these cold currents, it becomes solid ice in small round drops in form, or in a light fluffy form, which is called snow. But this water is not even drawn above 6 miles from the earth's surface by the sun and the moon. So when they got a hold of these teachings, they understood the distance, how it was drawn up, how things was made. And then they gave it to their scientists, and they started trying to formulate how they can manipulate what the Son of Man does. But I'm gonna keep going on. The reason it rains back on our planet is because it cannot get out of the Earth's sphere. With its high speed of rotating around the sun, makes it impossible, right? Now check this out. I remember we thought we had so many things, right? I remember when we thought that rain and certain atmospheres, I remember when we thought that it was just a mystery. I remember when leaves would go in a circle and we would say, that's the devil chasing his wife. Or when it rained hard, we would say, that's God crying, or the angels crying, right? I mean, they had us spooked out, right? Look, earthquakes, right, are caused by the Son of Man, by experimenting on high explosion. In fact, that's all the above is called all the above is caused by the Son of Man. Everything is caused by the Son of Man. We're gonna keep them. Okay, now wait. Let's get to number 9 though. Why does the devil teach the 85% that a mystery God brings all of this, right? Or all of this? It's to conceal the true God, which is the Son of Man, and make slaves out of the 85% by keeping them worshiping something he knows that cannot see, invisible, and he lives and makes himself rich from their labor. The 85% knows that it rains, hails, and snows, also hears it thunder above his head, but they do not try to learn who is it that causes all of this to happen. By letting the 5% teach them, he believes in the 10% on face value, right? Okay. Now, who is the mystery God? There is no mystery God. The Son of Man has searched for that mystery God for trillions of years and was unable to find a mystery God. So they have agreed that the only God is the Son of Man, so they lose no time searching for that which does not exist. Look, family, look. So when they understood this, they said, well, if the Son of Man causes all of this, then why can't we duplicate or implement or try to do the same? Because they want to be God, right? So that the colonized, meaning that we, the original man and woman, have a supreme wisdom. We've been here on this planet and we understand these things and we understand how things take place. They researched and studied the teachings and they are trying to come up with a way to manipulate and use weather for their purpose and benefit. But it's just like anything else. If you're not in tune with the earth and you're not in rhythm with the planet, then when you go in and you try to do what's natural or what's been done natural over trillions of years, you're going to mess it up. You're going to mess it up. Now, I'm going to show you how they use cloud seeding in another town, right? Okay. Now, wait. Cloud seeding, right? It came from General Electric. It was Vincent J. Schaefer and Irving Lagmuir discovered the concept while researching icing on an aircraft. They found that introducing dry ice into a supercooled cloud could cause it to produce ice crystals and potentially precipitate. Right. We know where you got it from. You just don't want to give it credit. Now they used this in Vietnam, right? In 1967 through 1927. It was called Operation Popeye, right? Now look. The military cloud seeding project carried out by the U.S. Air Force during the Vietnam War in 1967 through 1972, the highly classified program attempted to extend the monsoon season over specific areas of the Ho Chi Minh Trail to disrupt North Vietnamese military supplies by softening road surfaces and causing landslides. The chemical weather modification program was conducted from Thailand over Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam, and allegedly sponsored by Secretary of State Henry Kissinger and the CIA without the authorization of then Secretary of Defense Melvin Laird, who had categorically denied to Congress that a program for modification of the weather for use as a tactical weapon even existed. They would operate behind the government's back, and some in the government didn't even know anything about cloud seeding, right? So just to give you all a little bit of information, there is no mystery God, right? You noticing how the weather is changing and how matter of fact, the meteorologist was let go on the Doge. Why? Because it was conflictual. Got clouds seeding over here that need to happen, but yet the meteorologist saying it's clear skies day. It's not raining. It's not there. There's not supposed to be no percentage of chance of rain, and all of a sudden rain just fall out the sky. So they like, wait, what's going on? What do we need these meteorologists for, right? If cloud seeding has taken over, if there's droughts and we need to move this cloud, or if there's droughts in this cloud in this area, we're gonna have to send this silver iodide over this area so it can rain and produce whatever rain it needs to produce for drought purposes or farming purposes, right? So that's what it was. I mean, yeah, I don't see it. Wake up. And look, AI is coming. Wake up. Look, Vegan Vibes, October 19th. Make sure you be there. We'll post that up. There's so many things coming on. Don't forget to check out the movie Accountability Gas Man on Fawsome TV, on the Fawsome app on your smart TV. And now if you have a Roku TV, you can just type in the search bar Accountability Gas Man and watch the movie. And if you have a Fire TV stick, you can go to the search bar, type in Accountability Gas Man, watch it on the Fawsome app, enjoy it, and get ready for the next movie, Blood on the Rocks. It is a esoteric, it's almost sci-fi, it's a mystery, it's intriguing. It's my next movie. It will remind you of a black Indiana Jones, right? Because why? We're stretching our mind, bro. You gotta stretch your mind in 2025. Stretch your mind in 2025. Bro Radio, we're out.